In this video, we're diving deep into the powerful philosophy of Carl Jung and exploring the idea of becoming who you're afraid to be. Often, we limit ourselves based on the fears and beliefs we've internalized, whether it's fear of failure, rejection, or simply the fear of not being enough. Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, taught that we should embrace all aspects of our personality, even the parts we fear or repress, to become whole. In this video, we'll discuss how Jung's teachings can help you confront your fears, unlock your hidden potential, and ultimately transform into the person you were always meant to be. Understanding the shadow and its role. One of Carl Jung's most influential concepts is the shadow, which he defined as the unconscious aspect of our personality that contains our repressed weaknesses, desires, and instincts. It's the part of ourselves we usually don't want to face, as it's often associated with shame, guilt, or negativity. For example, if you've always been told to be perfect or to keep your emotions under control, you might repress feelings of anger or sadness, pushing them into your shadow. However, Jung believed that these repressed aspects of ourselves don't go away simply because we ignore them. Instead, they manifest in unhealthy ways, such as in toxic behaviors or unhealthy patterns. By acknowledging the shadow and allowing ourselves to confront it, we open the door to personal growth. This is where the idea of becoming who you're afraid to be comes into play. Instead of avoiding the parts of ourselves we fear, Jung teaches us to integrate them into our conscious self. This doesn't mean we act out every repressed impulse, but rather we become aware of the unconscious forces driving our behaviors and emotions, giving us greater control over them. The goal is not to eliminate the shadow, but to transform it into a source of personal strength. The process of individuation. The process of individuation is central to Jung's philosophy. It's the journey of becoming the person you are meant to be by integrating all parts of yourself, including the shadow, the anima, the unconscious feminine side, and the animus, the unconscious masculine side. Jung believed that each person has an inner wholeness that can only be realized by embracing both the light and dark aspects of their personality. Individuation is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process throughout our lives. As we grow and face new challenges, we continue to learn about ourselves and confront new parts of our shadow. This process requires courage, vulnerability, and the willingness to step outside our comfort zones. Jung argued that by facing our fears head-on, we can transcend our limitations and move closer to our true self. When we allow ourselves to be all that we are, including the parts we once feared, we unlock our full potential and live a more authentic life. Overcoming fear of failure and rejection. A significant part of becoming who you're afraid to be involves overcoming the fear of failure and rejection. Many of us hold ourselves back because we're afraid of not being good enough or not meeting external expectations. These fears are often deeply rooted in our past experiences, societal pressure, or a lack of self-worth. However, Jung believed that these fears are simply projections of the shadow, and by acknowledging them, we can free ourselves from their control. When we fear failure, we tend to avoid taking risks or stepping outside of our comfort zones. However, failure is often an essential part of growth. Jung encouraged us to view failure not as something to be ashamed of, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. By embracing the possibility of failure, we can take risks and pursue our passions without fear. Similarly, the fear of rejection can be paralyzing, preventing us from putting ourselves out there. But when we confront this fear, we realize that rejection is not a reflection of our worth, but rather a part of the process of growth and self-discovery. Quiz time. Before we continue, let's take a quick pause for a fun quiz question. What is the term Carl Jung used to describe the unconscious part of the personality that contains repressed weaknesses and desires? Comment your answer below, and a random winner will be picked for an Amazon voucher. Options: A. The shadow. B. The ego. C. The persona. D. The self. The role of archetypes in personal growth. Another key element of Jung's philosophy is the concept of archetypes, universal patterns and symbols that reside in the collective unconscious. Archetypes can be seen as the building blocks of human experience, influencing the way we perceive ourselves and the world around us. Some common archetypes include the hero, the mentor, the shadow, and the anima animus. These archetypes shape our identities and experiences, often appearing in our dreams, myths, and stories. Jung believed that recognizing and understanding these archetypes within ourselves can provide valuable insights into our personal growth. For example, the hero archetype represents the desire to overcome challenges and achieve greatness, while the shadow archetype reflects the darker, hidden aspects of our personality. By identifying which archetypes are most active in our lives, we can gain a deeper understanding of our motivations, fears, and desires. This self-awareness helps us make more conscious choices, allowing us to overcome the fears and limitations that hold us back from becoming who we're afraid to be. Embracing the unconscious mind. Jung also emphasized the importance of the unconscious mind in personal development. While the conscious mind is responsible for our everyday thoughts and actions, the unconscious mind holds the deeper aspects of our psyche, including memories, desires, and unresolved conflicts. Jung believed that in order to achieve wholeness, we must tap into the unconscious and integrate its contents into our conscious awareness. This involves paying attention to dreams, symbols, and intuitive feelings that arise from the unconscious. By embracing the unconscious mind, we can gain access to the hidden parts of ourselves that may be holding us back. For example, repressed emotions or unresolved traumas can manifest in our thoughts and behaviours in subtle ways. By acknowledging these unconscious forces, we can begin the process of healing and transformation. The more we explore the unconscious, the more we become aware of the deeper truths about ourselves, which ultimately helps us overcome our fears and become more authentic. The power of self-acceptance. At the core of Jung's philosophy is the idea of self-acceptance. To become who you're afraid to be, you must first accept who you are in your entirety, the light and the dark, the strengths and weaknesses. Self-acceptance doesn't mean complacency or settling for less. Rather, it means embracing your true nature without judgment or shame. This level of acceptance allows you to take ownership of your life and make conscious choices that align with your authentic self. Many people struggle with self-acceptance because they fear judgment from others or are unwilling to confront their vulnerabilities. However, true growth can only occur when we stop pretending to be someone we're not. By accepting all parts of ourselves, including our imperfections, we begin the journey toward becoming the person we are meant to be. This acceptance is the key to overcoming the fear of rejection, failure, and judgment from others, allowing us to fully step into our power. The courage to become who you're afraid to be. Ultimately, becoming who you're afraid to be requires immense courage and the willingness to face your deepest fears. It involves confronting the parts of yourself that you've avoided, embracing your flaws, and working toward integrating every aspect of your personality. Carl Jung's philosophy offers a roadmap for this journey, one that encourages self-awareness, self-acceptance, and a deeper connection to both the conscious and unconscious mind. Through the process of individuation, you can transform your fears into strengths, your weaknesses into opportunities for growth, and your doubts into a source of power. By embracing the shadow and integrating all parts of yourself, you will not only unlock your full potential, but also live a more authentic and fulfilling life. The journey may not be easy, but the rewards are worth it. So take that first step and begin the process of becoming the person you're afraid to be. You are more than capable, and the world is waiting for you to step into your true self. If you like our video, do like, comment, and share with your friends and family. And do not forget to hit the bell icon to stay tuned for more latest updates.